Today, I'll be giving an in-depth guide in building and how you can make the ultimate build for your hero. Let's go!
Grin and fight back.
Hello everybody, it's your favorite marksman player here and welcome to How To MLBB Ep.3. Today, I will be discussing on how you can arrange your items for your hero's ultimate build. But before we go into building, let's take a look at how the item system works. First off, we have power. This will be how much damage you can deal. Then we have defense. This is how much damage you can block. And then we have penetration. This is how much defense you can cut. Alright, let's put this in numbers. Let's say you have 100 attack power and your opponent has 50 defense. So the enemy will take 50 damage. But let's say you have 25 penetration points. You will be able to deduct 25 points of defense from the enemy's defense, leaving them with 25 defense. With 100 power and 25 defense, the enemy will receive 75 damage. There are two types of power, defense, and penetration, physical and magical. There are items to further enhance these traits, which we will discuss in a while. Here are all the items that you can use to enhance your physical attack. Here are some of the best items you can use to increase your physical attack. These are Blade of Despair, War Axe, and Endless Battle. On the other hand, these are the items you can use to increase your magical attack. And here are great examples of items you can use to increase your magical attack. Holy Crystal, Genius Wand, and Glowing Wand. And finally, these are the items you can use to increase your defense. Here are some good items you can use to increase your physical defense. Brute Force, Anti-Caress, and Immortality. And these are the items you can use to greatly increase your magical defense. Athena Shield and Radiant Armor. Alright, now you've gotten a better grip of the basics, let's introduce you to secondary effects. The following are listed in order of the video, which you can use the chapter feature in the description below to help you navigate the following effects: Cooldown Reduction, Mana Regen, Healing Effects, Antiheal, Immunity Effects, Attack Speed, and Critical Effects. Also penetration, I forgot. First off, Cooldown Reduction. Let's say your skill takes 10 seconds to cool down. If you have a 20% cooldown reduction, you will take 20% of the cooldown time away, leaving you with only 8 seconds of cooldown. In a match, just a few seconds or even milliseconds of cooldown can impact the tide of the game. Here are the physical items you can use for cooldown reduction. A very good example is Endless Battle. And here are the items you can use for magical attack, which gives you cooldown reduction. A very good example is Enchanted Talisman. Next, we have Mana Regen. Let's say you have a hero that uses a lot of mana. Without mana, you can't cast your skills. Therefore, if you find yourself using more mana than you gain, you may buy Mana Regen items. Most heroes use mana while some don't, so it is very important that you only buy Mana Regen items for heroes with mana consumption. The only physical item that gives you Mana Regen, however, is Endless Battle. While on the other hand, these are the magic items that will give you Mana Regen. A very good example is, once again, Enchanted Talisman. Now let's take a look at healing effects. There are 3 healing effects: Physical Lifesteal, Magic Lifesteal, and Spell Vamp. Lifesteal is heal you can get by doing basic attacks that deal physical damage. So heroes such as Marksman will go well with Lifesteal. However, some specific heroes have skills that benefit from Lifesteal, such as Ruby and Alucard. These are the items that give physical lifesteal. A very good example is Ha's Claws. The physical lifesteal effect have no effects on basic attacks that deal magic damage. So what should I do? Don't worry, I've got you. Let me present to you Magic Lifesteal. This effect will give you heal for all magic damage you can do, including skills and basic attacks, so such items are good for mages. These are the items that give Magic Lifesteal, and a good example is Concentrated Energy. Finally, we have Spellvamp. This effect can apply to any damage dealing from skills, both physical and magical. However, some heroes like Diroth and Benedetta's basic attacks can't benefit from Spellvamp. This is because their basic attacks include skill effects, which will benefit from Spellvamp. These are the items that are used for Spellvamp. A good example is Bloodlust Axe. Next, let's take a look at Antiheal. Antiheal is an effect that reduces the heal, HP gain, and shields of the opponent. Let's say you buy an item that gives you 20% anti-heal. If your opponent's original heal is 100, you will reduce their heal to 80. Same goes to shield gain. If their skill gives your opponent 100 shield, they will only be able to gain 80 shield. Here are the items that give anti-heal. You can buy Necklace of Durance if you need magic power. You can buy Steel Halberd if you need physical power. And if you need defense, you can buy Dominance Ice. Next, we have Immune Effects. Immune Effects, as the name suggests, will give you some sort of immunity. Currently, 2 items that give you immune effects. Wind of Nature, which makes you immune to physical attack for 2 seconds if you're a marksman. If you're not, you will only be immune to physical attack for only 1 second. Next, we have Winter Truncheon. This item gives you the ability to be suppressed for 2 seconds, which means you won't be able to receive any damage for 2 seconds while at the cost of not being able to do anything for 2 seconds. These abilities are active effects, which means you need to press them like a skill in order to activate the effect. Alright, moving along, we have Attack Speed. This, as the name suggests, gives you extra attack speed for your basic attack rate. These are the items that give you physical attack and also gives you extra attack speed. While the only magic item that gives you attack speed is Feather of Heaven. Attack speed items are situational, so you must always experiment with which item to buy in which situation. However, some of these items will usually be built together. Sometimes people might go with Corrosion Scythe and Demon Hunter Sword, and sometimes even follow up with Golden Staff. But my personal favorite combo is Windtalker, Scarlet Phantom, and Berserker's Fury, which gives us extra attack crit rate. Which brings us to our next topic. Crit rates are basic attacks that deal extra damage. Windtalker, Scarlet Phantom, and Berserker's Fury are the only items that are able to hold critical effects. Critical attacks can be identified with an arrow beside them, like this. And last but not least, we have Penetration. This, as we said, goes in the form of physical penetration and magical penetration. Here are the items for physical penetration. And these are the items for magical penetration. Ooh, that's a lot of effects. But don't get discouraged if you don't get it on the first try, because all of this takes experience. Now, before we dive into the battlefield, during every match, almost every player will buy boots to enhance their speed. There are 7 boots, and every boots will include a different effect. We have Warrior Boots, which gives us physical defense. We have Tough Boots, which gives us magical defense. We have Magic Shoes, which gives us extra cooldown reduction. Demon Shoes, which gives us extra mana regeneration. Also, we have Swift Boots for extra attack speed, Arcane Boots for extra magical penetration, and finally, Rapid Boots, which gives more movement speed compared to other boots. It is important to know that you are only allowed to buy 1 boot. If you're roaming or jungling, you will need to include one of these effects. These are the effects for the boots for junglers, while these are the effects for the boots for roamers. In my next episode, I will be showing you how you can be an effective jungler and how you can get used to the jungling rotation. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you. Alright, that's basically all the effects. But before you start building yourselves, let's have a little practice, shall we? Let's practice on the one hero that everyone knows, Layla. Layla is a physical damage hero, so we will be using physical items. First off, let's give her some boots. For this build, I want to give her some attack speed. So let's start with swift boots, and maybe after that I want to give her more attack speed. So I'm gonna give her one more attack speed item, Scarlet Phantom. Then I might want to give her some critical effects, so I will give her Berserker's Fury. Since Layla uses mana, I might want to build her with mana regen, so let's give her Endless Battle. For our fifth item, it's always advisable to give a hero some defense item. Let's say I want to give her some physical defense. For this build, I will go for Immortality, but in general, any physical defense item is fine. Finally, I might want to give Layla some physical penetration, so I will be building her Malefic Roar. And there you have it, your first build. Now remember, there is a build for every situation, so always build according to your playstyle and experiment with different builds until you get your ultimate build for your favorite hero. For now, this is Nyabi signing off, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.